Okay, let's make dinner. Let me show you. So this is gonna be, I'll take you over here with me. Hello. This is gonna be one of those meals that we kind of throw together. Actually, we probably won't even eat this for dinner tonight because I'm getting a little late started on it, and we're making some steak and gravy. And for that, I like to let it cook for hours, or at least a couple hours. But I do have time for that. I don't know. But I bought some meat on clearance the other day. That's bread flour. Bought some meat the other day on clearance that I need to get cooked. So, I don't know. I think a lot of families right now, what's for dinner is not what you feel like cooking, but what you can find on sale at a good price. So, I found this steak the other day. This is just gravy steak, and this one is a 7 steak. It's 2 different kinds of meat, but they're both going in the gravy. We're going to cook it anyways. Be done with it. All right. Let me grab a little salt and pepper. Let's take this out the way. That was just there. All right. I got my pan over here, heated up with some oil. I got my meat. What we're going to do is I'm going to slice this meat open. Make sure it smells okay. Smells good. It's a little brown, so you got to check. Put it on clearance for a reason. And we're going to season a little bit with salt and pepper. A little bit of Tony's. You want to be careful with the salt if you're using the Tony's. The Tony's does have a lot of salt in it, and y'all can't see. Let's go over here. Okay, now we're going to take a little bit of flour. Make sure that's heated up. A little bit of flour here, and just sprinkle it over the top. Now, again, that's just a throw together dinner. We're going to make it yummy, but we're going to use whatever I have to cook with. All right. I had turned down that fire while I was cutting up an onion. So, I guess I turned it down too though. Let's add a little more pepper on this side. In this pan I also have my oil that I heated up, and I think it's just vegetable oil. I know it's just vegetable oil. Again, careful with the Tony's and the salt. Okay, add a little flour to this side. And we're going to use this flour to make the gravy anyways. That's fine. We're going to get that nice and browned. Let's cut open this one. This one is the sirloin round steak, the tip. Let me wash my hands here. So this, you know, I hate to say that this has a recipe, because I don't always make this the same, because sometimes I have ingredients and I feel like using them or whatever. It's just steak and gravy. You can mess it up, but for the most part, you're not going to. So we're going to let it cook for just a couple minutes on both sides. Let it get nice and brown. Would throw that steak in there with it, but crank that up a little bit. All right, now, while y'all take a look at this, I'm gonna go grab a couple of other ingredients. What you barking at? No, Maggie. I don't know where all my people's at. I think they might be sleeping. Okay, so this meat is not done, but it is brown. So let's go ahead, take it out of that pan. We are going to put it back in here to cook more. But I just wanted to get it a little brown. Put it here and get this gravy going so that we can. Oh, I need to add the flour. Whoopsie. Okay, can y'all see? Oh, it's hard to do this by myself. Okay, here's the round steak. We're going to do the same thing. Okay. All right. The little spring on that is broken. I really need to get some new ones. So, let's add some pepper. Maggie? A little pepper. A little Tony's. And a little flour. Okay. We'll let that cook for a few minutes. Okay. So, I want to show y'all this book. Is that round steak? Yeah. But I'm mixing it with some, well, they just have it labeled as gravy steak, but whatever that is. Let me show y'all this book. They opened a new Barnes & Noble kind of near my house. So we were out and about the other day, so we stopped in there, and, you know, of course I did not mean to buy anything, but they had a whole, that's a good idea, Elizabeth. They had a whole shelf of this guy's books. And this one is called The 48 Laws of Power. So, I read it. And the other one was something about seduction. Let's see. Might be on the back of here. I don't have my glasses. Let's see. I'm having trouble seeing it, honestly. But I know I saw it somewhere else. Okay. This guy is the best-selling author of The 48 Laws of Power, The 33 Strategies of War, The Art of Seduction, Laws of Human Nature, and The Daily Laws, and Mastery, the 50th Law, with 50 cents. Anyways, it seemed pretty intriguing, so I started it, the preface, and I was like, I don't know. I mean, it almost sounds like you have to be a terrible person to be able to follow these laws. But it's definitely interesting, and they tell all these stories about different ancient civilizations and use those as an example. So, I don't know. Seriously, I'm intrigued. I would like to read the Laws of Seduction after this, or whatever it was called. Definitely interesting. Put the tongs in an empty toilet paper roll. That is a good idea also, machinist. Somebody said put a rubber band about it. But if I put the rubber band, yeah, you'd have to keep it loose. Okay, so back to this steak. See how one side of it, and I'll see, make sure this light is on. Yeah, it's on. It's nice and brown and seared. That's what we're looking for. We're also hoping we get a little bit of that browning kind of stuck to the pan, because that is what we're going to use to make our gravy. Now, normally, I would use just everyday flour, like all-purpose flour, to make my gravy. But I forgot to get it out, so the closest thing I had to me is bread flour, so we're going to use that and just, you know, I have a feeling it'll be fine. It might change some calories. I have no idea. I'm not really worried about that. Hey, Miss Linda. Get a new one for $1.25. I plan on Miss Mary. I don't want my grease to burn. This middle burner gets really hot. I don't want to set that there either because it'll get hot. But this flour over here is bothering me, so let's take it up. Definitely made enough. Okay, this side browned a lot faster. You can tell that my pan is getting hotter. You can see the dark spots getting like stuck to the meat, and that's exactly what you want. And look at there, I got some stuff stuck to my pan just like I wanted. So let's keep going. We are going to add a little bit of flour to this oil, and we're going to make a roux. Usually you measure. I just don't. Bless me. Let's wash my hands. But I gotta hurry up because I gotta stir my roux. Hey, Bob. How's your day been? I know exactly how it's been because you've been with me. All right, let's do. Oh, gotta get it going. I want to burn your roux. That's from my. If you burn your roux, your whole gravy is going to be burnt. I don't know if I burnt it. I could have. But we're going to risk it. Alright. Now, to slow that cooking down a little bit, we're going to add our onions. Alright, and you still got to stir this really good. We're going to let that cook down until our onions get nice and translucent, or at least halfway there, mostly there. If I had any red wine open, I could use that. I don't. So, just checking the fridge to see, yep, if I had any stock. I have some vegetable stuff left over from the other day, so we'll use that. I love the way cooking onions smell. I don't like it when I smell like cooking onions. But I like to walk into the kitchen and smell that smell. So we're going to make sure as you cook this, you're going to scrape the bottom of your pan to get those little chunks and stuff up, kind of mixed in with your roux. Now normally I would let my onions get cooked down a little bit, but I'm really scared about burning this roux, so I'm going to add a little bit of this stock just to help this a little bit. But I'm also going to turn my fire up a little bit. See how that flour essentially absorbs all of that? So we will add some water to this. Now, if you're cooking this and you want to cheat a little bit, now normally you let your roux cook and it gets darker, and that's how you get that nice brown gravy. But if you want to cheat, you could use a little bit of, well, I don't know if I have any. Hold on. Oh, yeah, I do. A little bit of kitchen bouquet. And I'll show you what it does. We'll just add a little bit here. And it's going to change the color of this from this color to a really dark brown. You only need a little bit. Okay? Now, a lot of Cajun women, I find actually Cajun men, are very offended if you cheat and use that in a roux. But, you know, we're all busy and we've got a lot going on, so let's not judge. Alright, so now what we're going to do is add some water. Until this becomes a nice gravy consistency. Now if I would have been more prepared, we could have turned on the kettle and had some boiling water, and that helps with this process a little bit. Because if you add water too fast, or if it's too cold, you get clumps in your roux, and in your flour, and nobody likes that. That's not good. So this is going to thin it out some. Now I'm going to do a couple of things here, and you're going to say, now why in the world did you do that? You don't need to do both. It's true, you don't need to do both. But I'm going to do it anyways, because this is a throw together meal. Trying to make it a little faster. And I like the flavor of these things, okay? So we're going to add a little bit of brown gravy mix. Again, I'm not going to measure. I mean, I guess this is not a measuring spoon, but I guess that's about a tablespoon. So we'll add 2 of these. And the only reason I'm doing that, you really don't have to, is I like the way that gravy is flavored. It's just, well, that one's Pioneer, but I like the McCormick brown gravy. It's good. It tastes good. And it also, if you for some reason make your gravy too thin, you add a little bit of that, it'll thicken it up too. We did not really have that problem. But it's time to go feed my boys. You can hear my goat hollering out there. Oh, he's knocking on the door. I'm coming. All right. All right, let's season this little bad boy up. I'm going to throw in a couple of bay leaves. Those are small ones, so I'm going to do 3. Now, on these cheap gravies, you can add a can of cream of chicken. Well, I probably wouldn't do cream of chicken, but you could. It wouldn't hurt anything. Cream of chicken, cream of mushroom, cream of celery. I just grabbed this one. This one is the golden mushroom. It was the closest one. So that's the one I grabbed. And like I said, I'm just making a cheater gravy here. Because I need to go feed my boys. And actually tonight we're going to be grilling some country style ribs, some pork ribs. Well, I say that. I don't know. Because I think Michael's sleeping. He does the grilling. I don't grill. Okay, we get that incorporated in. Then we'll add our meat back in. And also we're going to add in some sliced mushrooms. Normally, when I make a gravy, I don't do just onions. I have the Trinity with the celery and the bell pepper. I just didn't have any, so we just did onions today. No, sir. Thank you. All right. Now, usually, I really try to add my seasoning in with the roux, but today I just didn't. Here we go. It's really going now. Simmering. Let's give it a little taste. See what it needs. It's good just like that, but I am going to add a little bit of basil because I love basil and everything, almost everything, and some parsley. See how my container's warped? It's because I had it sitting by the stove, and this center one gets really hot. And then we'll add a little bit of garlic. I really should have added this after my onions, but that's okay because this is going to cook for hours. I'm going to turn this lid down low. I'm going to turn the fire down low and let it go until that meat just almost falls apart. But it's good just like that. All right. Let's throw this round steak back in there. Now these other little gravy steaks. I know my refrigerator's open. I'm going to get it. I feel like there was more. Maybe I picked up 2 when I picked up my round steak. Okay, maybe not. Alright. Now all of this is the drippings from that meat. We're just going to pour that right in there. Alright, now we're going to get this smothered in the gravy. We're going to cut that temperature down to a very almost nothing simmer. And then we're just going to let this cook down and just stir occasionally. Now, if we were going to have this tonight, I would have started this way sooner. Really and truly, we kind of had a late lunch, so we still could have this tonight. We'll see what they want to do. But Michael was supposed to grill the pork ribs. Which, he has a really interesting marinade that he uses, that he makes on his own. And when we got married, he made it, and I was like, oh. But it was really good. So maybe we'll, if he cooks those tonight, we'll go live and show you. Let's give this gravy another little taste test. That's better. Okay. So all we're going to do is let that simmer for a couple hours. We're going to put some rice on. And we're going to have corn with this also. So, making a gravy doesn't have to take forever. You could definitely cheat. There's all kind of ways to cheat. And I know it sounds horrible, but when it comes to cooking, I'm all about cheating. Because sometimes you just don't have time. I have been running the roads all day. And, listen, don't jump all over them for asking. It's okay that they ask. I guess the answer to that question is yes. We are trying to make it work out, okay? Now, listen, I do have some good news. What rice do I use? Okay, so Big Daddy likes jasmine. And I like parboiled. But, you know, just whatever I have. I like the parboiled from Sam's. I like minute rice. He doesn't like that. So, what? Mrs. Dash seasoning, which is no salt. Oh, I don't know. But yes, okay, so we went to the doctor about a week ago. They started him on a new medication, and I gotta tell you, so far, it is really, really helping. Like, he's almost, I would say, back to normal. Although he was a little grumpy yesterday and the day before. But to be honest, I was a little grumpy yesterday. Because my back and my hip was hurting me. And I was annoyed that I was having to do man work. Because I dug some like little trenches along the driveway. Because driveway's holding water. So I dug some little trenches on the side. And I don't know. I know it shouldn't. But it aggravated me that I have to do boy work. Because I already have to do all the girl work. And I know it's sexist or whatever for me to say this is boy work, this is girl work, whatever. It is what it is. It's boy work in my house. It's just the way it's always been. I'm doing all the stuff that he would normally do. And it's exhausting. But anyways, so they started him on a new medication. He's doing a lot better. So hopefully that stays like that, because he's almost rational in a way. Not 100% convinced, but we'll see. It's only been, I think we went to the doctor Monday? No, it was last week, so maybe last Wednesday. So it has been a week. Yeah, a week. That's it. I did all my blood work. It all came out fine. Can you believe my hormones, they said, are completely normal? I don't believe it, because I cut the air down to 68 last night, and I still woke up with sweat behind my neck. So I don't believe that. But, so we'll see. Y'all just pray this medicine works, because I would like to have my husband back. My husband, the one that I married. I don't want this jerk that became over the last 2 years. So, we'll see. Just pray. And just pray that God's will be done. So, that's all I do. I just write it out and see. Alright, well, I'm going to get off of here. This does not have a lid, and I have it as low as I can, and it's still kind of bubbling. But we're going to let this simmer for hours, because you know that meat was not all the way cooked. So we're going to let it sit in this gravy and cook down and get tender for a few hours. I really don't want to eat this tonight. I really want to eat it tomorrow. My cortisol level checked. I don't know if they did that one. I don't know. They did so much. Yeah, certain medications make them mean. I don't know. I don't know if that's what it was. But anyways, they put them on this new one, and it seems to control it a little bit better. So let's just pray it stays that way. And also, if it's helping now and it starts to get a little worse, we can go up in this dose. So hopefully he likes this. He seems to like this one. And I definitely like this one for him. So we'll see if it stays this way. But, and then look at this. Can y'all see? I don't know if y'all can see. I've got like these dark patches that's like developing on my skin. And if you just see me, it either looks like dirt or maybe could be a bruise, but it's not. It's my skin. It's like getting these little dark splotches on it. And I'm using all the stuff. Like I use the niacinamide, and I use the what's that other stuff I use? Oh God, just I'm trying to tell y'all, I can't think of it. Did they check my B12? Yes. I do have to take some, I need to get better about taking my vitamin D. That one is a once a week pill. It's a prescription strength. It's once a week. And I always forget to take it. But I'm gonna do better. Especially now, because they called it in for him. His was low too. So he's usually better about remembering to do stuff like that. But the good thing is you should, Charmin says, you should take that one at night before you go to bed. It helps you sleep. And the B vitamins give you energy. So I also take a folic acid, which is a B vitamin, right? I think so. So we'll just let this cook for a few hours. And I can just kind of let this sit here, and when I pass through the kitchen, just give it a stir. It'll be fun. Brown spots are age spots. Oh, well. That's not surprising. Does it look like Hobbs? No, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't itch. I just notice it, and I really notice it in the car, but it's like right under my chin. A little bit up here, and then like down my neck. Yeah, I'm losing my suntan. I don't know. I just got sunburned the other day. Pressure washing in the driveway. A date night. What did he ask me to go do the other day? He wanted to go see Beetlejuice. But then, we talked about it, and we also wanted to go see Reagan. And we talked about it, but, we got this fire stick that somebody gave me. And if you wait a few weeks, I think you can watch it on there. I don't know. I really haven't used the doggone thing because I don't know how to. But I said the movies are expensive, but you can go on Tuesdays for $5. Natalie, my daughter, she goes to every Tuesday because they go to the $5 movies. Wash with Deli Blue. What is that? I know you can't see it. Yeah, they did check my A1C. Can you kind of see it right there? And then it goes up my chin. I don't know. Forge is a great movie. Yes, I do want to see that one. But I was kind of waiting for it to come on, you know, HBO or something. You know, we're trying to save money. I'm buying discount meat. So, which I have a feeling we all are. I have a feeling every family is doing that. And I'm mixing different meats. My thyroid came out fine. Came out good. What else did they check? Hormones, thyroid, blood sugar, A1C. Everything came out fine for me. Everything was fine. Well, except my cholesterol came out. It was like 204. And that's not normal for me. It's never been. So we're just going to go do some walking. I look rough. Well, I don't know. I guess I am. That was mean. Thank you. I'm not in the way of the storm. Thank God. Because all I did... Retinol. I've done that one. I do that one too. But not every night. Anyways. I'm not in the way of the storm. And thank God. Because I probably put on 5 pounds. With hurricane snacks. So. So. I'm glad it's not coming our way for that. But also, I'm glad it's not coming our way because that one's a whopper. We got Katrina. We don't need another one. But this one's supposed to be pretty bad. So we're going to pray for those people in Florida because they're going to need it. All right, I'm getting off of here so I can go feed my boys, my little goats, check my eggs. My chickens are starting to produce again, but I just added the little chickens out there. So I have to put the whole crew on grower feed. Because my little ones aren't big enough yet to get the layer feed. And if I don't do that, then they'll get into it. So, for their safety, everybody's on grower feed now until through the month of October. Really, I probably only need to do that to the middle of October. There's that other steak. I knew it was under that round steak. Get over here. Put that down. That side down. Alright. So they'll probably slack down when they're producing. But they are making some beautiful eggs. Look at my eggs. Look at this one. I picked this one up yesterday. This blue one. Let me set this down. And you can tell I just put out fresh oyster shells. They had been out for a minute because I just kept forgetting to get them. So anyways, I put some more out there. And so she's got like these calcium deposits. Let me see if I turn that light down. Oop, wrong way. Yeah. You see them? There's nothing wrong with the egg. It's just little calcium deposits on the outside of the eggshell. But to me, it makes it kind of pretty. And I have a brown egg like this too. My girls are in college. Use some foil. That's a good idea. So anyways, here are my eggs. Here's my little basket. And I got some more marins. Some of the babies are marins. So hopefully, I'm trying to get me one to lay me those dark chocolate brown eggs. This is the darkest egg I get. But I get blue, I get green. Here's a green egg. And I get white, and I get the browns. And one, it looks blue in here, but this is really green. Here's a blue one. If I hold them up together, will they look different? Kinda. This is blue and this one's green. Not really in this light, you can't see it. But how many chickens do I have? I don't know. I tried to count them the other day. And let me tell you, some went missing. So we bought, one day Michael and I went to Tractor Supply when I first came home. Before him and the girls went to Florida. and they had chicks for $1. So we bought 10 of them. And I was thinking like half of them were going to die. Well, they didn't. One did. So I had 9. No, bub. I had 9 of them. So I moved my little ones into our, kind of like our brooder cage. It's completely covered in the hardwire cloth, so nothing can get in there. But when I went to move them in with the big girls, there was only 7 of them. So I lost 2 somehow. I do not know how. What do the different colors mean? It's just the type of chicken. And I can't tell you all the chickens that lay the colors, but Easter eggers lay green. Americanas and Easter eggers lay the blue. Leghorns lay white. The little Polish with the cute little fro, they lay white eggs. The Marins lay dark brown. And that's all I really know. Snakes, I don't think they can get into that hardwire because the little squares on it is T90, little T90 squares. So I don't think so. I've never, on some wood, I've never found a snake in my chicken coop. And thank God, because my chicken days would be over. So, I don't know. I follow the chicken chick, which is why I don't give my girls snacks. Although, some lay pink. They're not really pink. It's actually a shade of brown. You should watch the chicken chick. She explains that in detail. And I did pay attention, but I forget how to explain it. Let me find one that looks pink. This one is kind of pink, but it's really a shade of brown. There's no pink eggs. Same thing with the lavender. They're really some shade of brown. At least that's what they say. I don't. What do I know? I'm not a poultry veterinarian, so I do follow the chicken chick for several reasons. One, she's very knowledgeable about chickens, and I will say I follow her advice. And I've never had a sick chicken. Knock on wood. I've had some disappear, but I'm going to look that up, Miss Mary. Clutch of Color. So she gives advice on health, advice on taking care of broody chickens and baby chickens and whatever, all the stuff. And I mostly like it for her gardening tips. Now, she also raises bees. And even though that sounds fun, I don't know that I want to get into that. That, I think I'll leave to her. I just don't want to get stung, and I know he don't want to get stung, so I don't know if we'll do bees. What, Bug, do you want to do the bees? He says no. He's getting upset thinking about it. Want bees in the yard? Our neighbors would love that. We can make it up to them with honey. I'm just kidding. Yeah, the Chicken Chicks book is great to have. I do have it. I'd have to go hunt it in the living room. But I do have that book, and it is great to have. I do reference it sometimes. Do I give them eggshells? No, I give them oyster shells. Now, I do have this one chicken, in the last few days I went in there to check eggs. That girl has gotten into 2 of my eggs. So she's been eating some eggs, which makes a mess in their coop. It spills the yolk everywhere. So I've got to crack that habit. So when that happens, I just take the shell and throw it to the chickens and they'll eat that. But mostly I give them oyster shells. Yes, I am, Miss Debbie. Okay, now that's it this time. Me and my Barbie shirt is going to go feed the boys and look for eggs. And we're going to let this cook. And I'm going to go wake up the crew because I know they're sleeping. And I will see you all maybe tonight. Maybe tonight. But if not, I'll see you tomorrow. All right. See y'all soon.